Well, hello, everybody. Welcome back. For those of you that are regulars with us, I've got my cup of coffee, and I know some of you are probably eating your turkey sandwich right now. Good morning, Tim. Good to see you again. And Phil, thanks for checking in with us, too. So I wanted to jump in. We've got a really fun topic for you today. And for those of you that are not as, comfortable with online stuff and social media and all of that, I know some of this can get a little overwhelming sometimes, even for those of us that supposedly know what we're talking about. We've got a whole different component for you today. Good morning, Mary. Thanks for having you here. So we're going to talk about, and I love this title, what's still making marketing work for agents, right? So sometimes I think people feel like you got to have the next shiny object. And if you're not doing the latest and greatest thing, you're never going to be able to successful agent. And I frankly just don't believe that. But these guys have something really cool. I heard a great expression one time of a woman was talking, and she said, I feel like technology is like a beautiful purse that matches an amazing suit, right? So it's never going to replace the great things that you do. But it's really important to finish it off and to really position yourself as a professional agent that loves and cares about their customers. So we've got Todd Robertson and Jim Studebaker today here from ProspectsPlus. They've been at this game for how many years? Do you guys tell me? When did you start the company? 1986? 96? 96. So you've been at this for a long time, long before we had go to meetings and Zooms all day long like we do now. Yeah, so real quick, I'm going to just jump in, and for those of you that haven't been on, or just to remind everybody, if you go over to the control panel, you'll see a little thing that says questions, and there's a gray triangle next to that. If you click that little gray triangle, it opens up the questions box, and we really love it when you ask us questions so that we can make this conversation really about all of us, not just the three of us on the phone talking today. So feel free to jump in and tell us whatever you want to tell us about. So Todd is the director of real estate markets for ProspectsPlus. He's been with them now. How long you've been? You're a veteran too, right, Todd? How long have you been with the company?
Yeah, I've been with them about 20 years.
Oh, that's it? Oh, you're a rookie. And Jim Studebaker is the COO, and you've been at it, I think, since the very beginning, right, Jim?
Yeah. Yes, I have.
Cool. All right. So they're based, or Jim at least, is down in Bradenton in Florida. I believe we have some Florida people with us today. If you're from Florida, give us the heads up in question box. We like to see locals. I have a house down there too in St. Petersburg that we've had since 1955. So we're kind of OG in Florida as well. One of those little bungalows that there's a million of them, but we've got one. So
well done.
Yeah, I love Florida. It's a great town. People say, "Oh, California, Florida, the same." I'm like, not at all. Not at all, but they're both great in different ways. So let's just jump in. I'm going to just turn the screen on, but give us the overview. Hey, Jerry. Oh, Jerry's from Florida. That's right. Nice to see you again, Jerry. You're going to like this one, Jerry. It's paper. It's not technology. He was telling me how some of this stuff is a little overwhelming to him. But anyway, tell us what ProspectsPlus is. We've got, agents on the phone today with us trying to figure out, the most profitable, effective ways to be the best agent and to grab as much market share as they can in their market. And Victoria's here. She says, Jerry uses Prospects. I didn't know that. And we have Victoria, who's from Fort Lauderdale. So nice to be with you today, Victoria. Anyway, jump in. Tell us about, what is ProspectsPlus? What's the scope of it, and how does it help people be successful?
Well, great question. And Marilyn, thank you for having Todd and I on your show today. It's a pleasure being here.
Yeah.
So
thank you.
Our slogan for many years has been making marketing work. And now we're in kind of a weird time with viruses going around, and we're not holding open houses anymore and things like that. So it's a great title that you came up with. Still making marketing work for agents, because agents can't go into bunker mode where they're not still out prospecting. You still got to do all of that. And it just coincided. We see the slide on the screen here is our brand new website. The website that we had up until 2 weeks ago was up there for about 6 years, and it did great, but it was getting old and wasn't compatible with some web browsers. So this is our new site. It works on any computer, any browser. And in a nutshell, it allows you to market yourself effortlessly. And one of the things that differentiates us is that not only are we going to do the fulfillment for just printing up postcards or door hangers or flyers and getting it out, but we're going to provide the message for you. And in addition to the message, we're going to provide the names and addresses of people to mail these to as well. So with that said,
just to be clear, everything you're doing is printed, right? Everything, like we've talked to a lot of people on the show that are online. You're saying we're going to get in the mailbox on their front door. We're going to go in a place where a lot of people, frankly, aren't going as much anymore. Most people are going online, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of great companies out there that do online. Go ahead,
and
Todd.
there's a market stat that says 97% of people still go to their mailbox every day. So if all the agents are going to Zig, it's a great time to zag. And we've done some pivoting throughout time, Marilyn, which has been great, right? I mean, think about the old saying, what's the most famous radio station in the world? WIIFM, what's in it for me? So as we've looked throughout the last 20 years and 10 years, 5 years, the last year, so we've, I like what Jim said, and I wrote down while he was saying it, helping the realtor have the right marketing piece for the right person at the right time.
Great. Okay. And so what are we looking at here? Maybe just show us this, I think gives us some examples of the way or kind of what your opportunity is in a local market, right? Tell me what we're looking at here on the slide.
So this is the dashboard of our new site. And the site, by the way, is ProspectsPlus.com. I'm assuming that we sent that out somewhere. And if you don't have an account on ProspectsPlus.com, you can go online after the show here and create an account, no charge for that. And once you do that, your dashboard will show you 4 different opportunities. So this is for the real estate agent who's wondering, all right, what market am I going to go after? Could be a brand new agent, could be an agent that's been in business for years and they want to get into a new niche. So I'll just go over the 4 real quickly and I'll tell you what's so special about them. So the first one, the one in red there, those are empty nesters in your area who are likely to downsize. So the zip code that we have up there, which I believe is here in Bradenton, Florida, there's 526 people in the zip code that match that. The yellow circle, homeowners in the area who have owned a home for 7 or more years. So those people are going to be probably pretty close to wanting to move on to something else because they've been in their house for a while. The green circle, renters in your area who are earning $70,000 or more per year. What a great market if you've got a listing and you want to try to sell it, or you want to work with a buyer who's well qualified because they have a high income. Those would be great people. And finally, the blue circle, prospects in your area who have a net worth of over $2 million. So based on that, you might want to send those people something about investment properties. That would be a good campaign. But as I mentioned, we're not just going to throw a bunch of mailing addresses at you and expect you to do the rest. If you can see, if you squint really good, there's a link under there that says mail postcards under each one of those circles. And when you click that link, it goes to a complete postcard campaign that is targeted towards the people in that mailing list. For example, if you hit the renter button, you're going to find, I think there's 14 postcards up there that show a potential buyer. Now's a great time to buy your first home or get a mortgage because rates are really low. I can still sell properties right now, so give me a call. It's targeting the message to that list.
And also though, because that could be complicated for some people. So that exists and that's incredible. And we also have more simplicity available. Like we have a product called 3-click postcards. So if I'm just a realtor and I have a database, I'm like, oh, you know, I haven't done any marketing. Oh, I just go tap, click, send, merge my database, boom, my postcards go out. And then we also have a product, automated, just listed, just sold. So we don't have a data feed into every board of realtors in the country, but we have most of them. So when a realtor now takes a listing, we have the ability, once they sign up, they don't have to see it, touch it, deal with it. And we send those postcards for them, send them the list. So there's some beautiful, it just reminds me, he or she with the most systems in place wins the game, right?
Yeah, but I think what you just said is really important. So if I said, I've never done, any direct mail. Dennis Shaw just said, postcards are getting read, no spam folder in your mailbox, which is exactly right. Nobody can edit here. They can't hit the delete key when it's a mailbox, right? They've got it. I mean, they can throw it away, but they have to look at it before they throw it away. So that's a good thing. But if someone said, I have a pretty good database, and we've been talking for the last 2 or 3 weeks now about, this is something we all don't do enough of, is cleaning our database and consolidating it, right? We have the sticky notes on the wall, and we have something on our phone, and we have some in the MLS, and they're all over the place, right? So if, ideally, you get that all in one place, but even if you don't, right? Even if you've got one of those pieces, you can literally do the 1, 2, 3, upload that database, push a go, and away, and ProspectsPlus can help us do that. That's what you're saying, right? And then if I want to get a little more complicated, or I want to get a little bit out from my sphere, I mean, some of them might be in this, but if I said I want to look at, like you say, the renters that are going to downsize, or high net worth individuals, or whatever, you allow the local market for an agent to be able to expand their potential sphere using the tool. So it's either people you already know or people that you want to get to know, is what I'm hearing. Is that correct?
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
Okay,
excellent.
good.
And then it goes all the way up to people who are very big thinkers. The example we talked about in the pre-production meeting, which was so incredible, right? Because companies, and God bless them, I mean, we know a lot of companies and people going through challenging times. Now relate that to what the realtors are going through. A lot of realtors are taking their foot off the gas, going, you know what? I'm not going to promote, advertise, market. I'm scared. I'm going to wait and see. Well, just yesterday, and I know you mentioned somebody's on here from Fort Lauderdale, we had a young man sign up for our 2-year listing campaign called the Market Dominator. That's where they're committing to a piece of geography to send out the largest legal size, 12 by 15, once a month for 2 years. Well, most agents bite off one carrier route, which averages maybe 400, 500, 600 homes. This gentleman pushed his chips in the middle and bid off last night 1,500 homes. And he texted me, he goes, I'm ready to dominate. That was his sentence.
Wow. I love it.
So you can already tell, just with that attitude and mindset, that young man is going to do incredible outside of the mailing, just because that mindset, boom, he's ready to go.
Well, and it's kind of getting okay to feel like that again. I think when we first got into this craziness, we were all a little shell-shocked and didn't want to feel too aggressive and didn't want to seem like too much of a salesperson. It doesn't mean your message has to not be that, but it's okay to feel aggressive again. But there are a couple of questions here for you guys. Lisa Gray asks, can I just buy a mailing list without a postcard? So can I, like, say if I wanted to just go after the high net worth individuals, can I just buy that, or do I have to buy it with the postcards?
If you really want to just buy a mailing list, yes, absolutely. Go on here and do your search and buy a mailing list, and then address it yourself if that's what you want to do. Perfect. Yes.
So that's possible. And Philip has an interesting question. He said, how do I deal with a city like Philadelphia with approximately 50 zip codes, and it's a county and a city, so obviously a much larger area than the average zip code would be? How would he use this program effectively?
Oh, well,
sure.
I'm glad you asked that question. It's almost like
maybe I should flip to this. Maybe we should flip to this slide. This might help. Yeah. Does this one kind of go to Philip's question?
Yeah. So this is our Map My Mail product, and it's very unique in the industry. So what's the biggest problem most people have when they're trying to look up a mailing list and they want it to be in a particular area? Well, the biggest problem is that it's almost impossible to get it searched by subdivision until now. If you check out the map there, Map My Mail actually allows you to draw that dark polygon that you see there, and you draw it around the subdivision that you want to dominate, and then it finds all the homeowners just inside that subdivision. So we're literally doing it.
And that could be, you're just drawing a map, right? It could be 5 subdivisions, or a half a subdivision, or half a town, or this side of the east side versus the west side. It could be any area you want to draw, basically, is what that allows you to do, right?
You don't want to go on the north side of the tracks, then you draw that thing on the south side and you're good.
So if Philip called you guys and said, all right, I think this is neat, but I don't want to buy every zip code in Philadelphia because that would probably cost him an arm and a leg. It's a big area. What would you recommend to him? How would he start if he said, I want to try this? Where would he focus?
Todd, what do you think?
Well, one option is use every door direct to mail if you guys are familiar with that. And so that's just biting off a carrier route. Like if all of us here were mail carriers, we hit that route every single day. It could be 300, 400, 500 homes all the way up to 1,000. But it's a very easy tool, and our team could help him depending on that person's budget. Like in Philip's case, he's in Philadelphia thinking, okay, I want these 3 zip codes, but if I took that, I'm only going to be able to maybe possibly do 2 mass mailings of 5,000 each. Well, we have a concept means let's put the rock in the middle of the living room and let's slowly hit it with the hammer every single day. That rock will break. Pretty soon they will say, wow, Philip shows up every month, larger than life. He knows the market. He knows the market stats. Get him the listings, get him the referrals. So every door direct is a great tool that will keep the cost down. And also it kind of defines his sandbox. So it's more of a laser focused approach. Like the laser will cut through steel, the light bulb's going to light the room all over.
So probably better to have a smaller market more regularly as opposed to a big market where you only talk to him once or twice a year.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's huge. Yep.
Okay. And Dennis has a really interesting question. So he said probably 75% of his current database came from internet leads. So he doesn't have their home address. Is there a way you can overlay email addresses with home addresses to find out where he should talk to them?
There are ways to do that. It's not on our website, so that's going to be something specialized. And if he would like to give us a call, do we have the number? You know the number? I'll give it to you. 866-405-3638. That's our.
I'm putting it in the text right now. 866. Say that again.
Yeah, 866-405-3638.
405. 3638. Got it. So for anybody that wants to, get like Philip, if you wanted to get some more specifics on that, just grab that number. It's 866-405-3638.
We have live
so they can answer that question for you.
Live people answer from 8 a.m. till 8 p.m. Eastern time, Monday through Friday.
Gotcha.
Well,
all right, let's go to
for Philip, there's another resource. If he went to products on our site, there's a 6-minute video about the market dominator to where someone could just, on their own time, look at that and qualify themselves. Hey, does this resonate with me, or is this totally something I wouldn't do? But we've made it very easy to where the realtors can go on there now and do some homework and pick things that they feel comfortable that's in their budget that's going to help them win.
And that's prospects with an S, ProspectsPlus.com, correct?
Yes,
exactly.
Perfect.
Yeah, okay, I put that in the chat too. So if anybody wants to check this out, just click on that and you can watch along while we're talking. Now this I thought was really neat too, because one of the things that we've been talking a lot about over the last couple of weeks, and I think everybody agrees with this, is you can't go for the jugular right now. And the I'm so great, trust me, you should call me kind of marketing doesn't work. Frankly, I don't think it ever does. As a consumer, if I get that kind of stuff, I just toss it. I don't think it's so self-serving, right? I want to know what you're going to do for me, not why you're so amazing. And there's a fine line, right? You want to demonstrate your expertise and your experience and your knowledge of a particular market, but you don't want it to be like me, right? Advertising doesn't work anymore when it's just me. It's got to be about the audience that you're addressing. But tell us about these. I think this is great that you guys have a whole series, because we've had a lot of people say, well, that's great, but what does that mean? What should I say? How should I say it? Where do I send it to them? Tell us what you've done here for COVID stuff. It's great.
Yeah. So again, you don't need to think about what to say because we've done it all here for you. And with our new website, we were able to get this campaign up super quick, obviously. A whole campaign focused right around the virus. And you made a great point, Marilyn, that it's not I'm so great and come do business with me. A lot of these cards are just, look, I'm here if you need anything. And that's all it says. It's not sell, buy from me. We've got some humorous ones. The one in the upper left has a dog that tore up the last roll of toilet paper in the house. So it's supposed to be funny, but it might
That's funny.
People cry when
Great.
they see it. I don't know. Some of those are reassuring people if they need to sell their house or buy a house. It's reassuring to say, look, home sales are still going on now. We can conduct open houses virtually. We can do 3D tours. We can do closings remotely. So just because we can't get next to each other right now doesn't mean that nobody's buying or selling real estate. So some of these are based around reassurances, and some are just saying, I'm here. Let me know if you need something. We're in this for the long haul. We're in this together. Very topical, and they get read.
Do you have anything that allows people to promote a virtual open house? Like say, tune in to see 123 Main Street at 10 o'clock tomorrow, kind of a thing? Or could people build those in their own if they wanted to?
Yeah. Some of the postcards actually in this series talk about virtual open houses, but you can also go just on our main site on the homepage, go to where you look at open houses, and everything on ProspectsPlus.com you can customize. So the words here aren't set in stone. We give you all the words, but if you want to change something or you think it stinks and you want to take it out, you can do all that. You're not locked into it.
So if you don't want to be the creative director, you can do these. If you decide you want to tweak something, you still have that option. But I mean, most of us, let's be honest, most of us are not graphic designers or copywriters, right? So if you've come up with some good ideas, it's better to be consistent than to be perfect, would be my sort of counsel. Would you agree with that?
Yes, and I like what you said, because consistency is the key to let them know that you're out there. I mean, it has to happen, and there's a way to do it gentle. There's a way to do it to where you're the only option, as people are restricting right now. Right.
Gotcha. Okay. Let's see. So I think this is great. I haven't seen anybody that's targeted at this specifically, because it's like, okay, I know what I'm supposed to do, but can someone help me make it easy? So if I said, again, somebody gets off this call today, they could say, I'm going to take my database and I want to send them a series of COVID-centric, maybe I go from comfort food one time to the toilet paper funny one the next time. I can mix these up, right? I could go and do that. I could start that this week if I wanted to. Sure. Using my own database or any of the other ones that you've given them. Okay, cool. This seems very, yeah.
Or we'll get you names. And by the way, just so you can kind of get a look here. So there's a standard size postcard out in the mail. Beautiful. Jumbo size card. I'm an average size guy, so you can see the relation there. And then some of those up there are panoramic, which are like that.
A little longer. Okay, cool.
Longer.
All right, and then what are we looking at here? This one looks like this is super simple too. This is kind of more business as usual stuff, I would guess, right?
Yeah. So any postcard, door hanger, flyer that you purchase here is going to go through our editor, and this is the editor that you can use to make any changes that you want to it. So when you set up your account, first of all the stuff here, like your agent photo, your company logo, your name, contact information, that's all going to show up automatically. Okay. So in this case here, it's a just listed postcard. So really the only thing you have to do is upload a property photo, which as you see, you just double click on it and then choose the photo. And then over on the right where it says 123 property address, you just click on there and then change it to the correct address. And you hit next, and then you go on to the back side of the card. Again, if you want to change the text on there to mention specific features about the listing, you've got the ability to do that as well.
Well, I also think it'd be kind of interesting right now, this is just thinking out loud as you're looking at this, that I got to believe with all the doom and gloom media that we're all inundated with right now, that a lot of people probably feel like real estate's dead, right? Nobody's buying, nobody's selling. And the truth is that's not at all what's happening. I've heard from market after market that while listing counts are down over last year, they're up significantly in the last couple of weeks. So people are starting to say, I got to sell, I got to buy, no matter whether COVID's here or not, I still have a reason that I have to get out or I have to get into a home. So you could also talk in there about the fact that this one is just listed. Guess what? Number of listings is up, 25% in the last 2 weeks. Like if you're interested in trying to think about selling your home, give me a call, right? It's like, it can also be, as I think, to instill a little confidence, because there's nothing in the media that's helping us get confidence about anything right now, right? So if we can play that role in some way of saying it really is going to be okay, or talk about, like you say, the lower interest rates, there's a lot of good indicators about real estate is not going to be the center of this mess, right? We were in 2008, 9, 10, but we're not this time. There's pent-up demand. There's limited inventory in a lot of markets. Prices are still holding. I think people also think, oh, well, just like in 2008, 9, 10, I'm going to get a deal. I'm hearing multiple offers on homes. Like, I don't think that's the market that we're in, but consumers don't necessarily know that, because, again, the media is just talking about the doom and gloom. They're not talking about things like this. So we need to do it, because they're not going to do it, because they don't think good news sells. They only think bad news sells, right? We want to share good news. So it's another thing that you guys could do with that. Let's see. Lisa had a question.
On the media.
Yeah. Lisa had a question for you, Todd. She said, did you say the 2-year thing is an exclusive area just for me and no other agent? I think she was talking about maybe that program that the gentleman bought in Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, yeah. And I didn't give too much detail about it, but yeah, if somebody did go to our site and click on Market Dominator, so that's an exclusivity. As opposed to sending postcards, anyone could do that. Anyone could buy a list, and there could be overlap with the Market Dominator, which that's the name. So once a carrier route is taken, to Lisa's point, yes, we do not let any other agent have that. Now, other agents can send postcards and different things, but compared to a 12 by 15 marketing piece, who's going to look better, perception becomes reality. So the answer is yes.
So if they go to Prospects, I typed it wrong. I'm sorry. It's ProspectPlus.com, and then look for Market Dominator. They'll be able to find that program.
Top left will be products, and then it's alphabetized, boom, and the Market Dominator is right there, yes. And that's more for the agent that says, you know what, I'm busy. I know I only get paid to do 2 things, prospect and go on appointments. So I want a campaign working out there for me that makes me look larger than life. And that's maybe for the big banker, the one, right. So that's there, and it's a beautiful thing. We've had great results from it. People have ended up getting in newspaper articles, because people from the newspaper see, go, wow, I knew you were marketing great, but not like this. We've had radio happen. So listings obviously happen. So there's great magic. And we lease 2 of the best printers in the country every 3 years, and we just expanded our space. So we're not outsourcing stuff, and we're printing and we're going all the way to 8 o'clock every night East Coast time, and we're still running full capacity.
So we can do everything here from, like I say, just taking our current database, uploading it, and clicking go and start creating an ongoing campaign, all the way over to what Lisa was just talking about, which is, I want to own this zip code. I want to own this subdivision. I want to own whatever area it is. I want to be the exclusive, and I'm going to go in deep. So there's a whole spectrum of what people can try here, which is really nice, because, again, depending on budgets and focus, it's nice to have flexibility. Gotcha.
Yeah,
good.
Very well said. Very well said.
Oh, Todd.
Okay,
Todd,
so
question for you.
Yeah.
Did you say that the Market Dominator was the largest legal size allowed by law?
The last time I read, yes. The largest, has that changed?
Marilyn, have you ever seen the largest legal size allowed by law?
Okay, picking on you now. I'm sorry.
Even if somebody throws this away, when it hits their mailbox, it gets 100% impression rate. It does not get overlooked.
Exactly. Like Dennis said, there is no delete key in the mailbox. So I love that. Doesn't hit the spam filter. My husband has a spam filter. As soon as he sees mailings, he looks at them quick and he throws them before they even come in the house. So he kind of has his own spam filter, but it's human. It's still better than the other kind. Okay,
yeah,
so let's go to the next slide. So let's. Here we go. Is this the legal size that's legally available?
That's it.
Yeah. So it's 12 by 15. Yeah, that is big. Wow. That's gonna make an impression for sure. That's pretty neat. Yeah, I like that. If anybody can afford that, I would definitely do that. That would not make it into the trash before you eat, especially if you're including information like this, like most common home inspection problems or any market stat information, what's going on in the market lately, tips, like things that are legitimate, it's great.
And Marilyn, I like what you said, if they can afford it. So here's something for the people listening, if it does resonate with them. So the Market Dominator is our only continuity program, meaning it is a 2-year campaign. It is a DocuSign. That's why we get exclusivity. But because of that, what happened by accident a few years ago is we have marketing partners willing to take 1/3 of the back, which really equals 1/6 of the whole marketing piece, yet they're covering 1/3 of the cost. So for those members that are doing the continuity program, we have marketing partners going, wait a minute, you're going to send out a Ritz-Carlton piece once a month for 2 years? We'd like to play ball. And our owner negotiated, hey, if you're going to be with us, I know you're taking 1/6, but you cover 1/3 for the agent. So we're able to bring an incredible price to them. And Kinko's wanted $4 per piece just to print it, and we're able to get it done if their area is available and a marketing partner for 89 cents. That sheet that Jim Studebaker, my screen's not on, but so that's been helpful for agents to help offset for them.
So that thing like Puffy at the bottom there, save $300 on any Puffy mattress, that's the kind of thing you're talking about. That's an advertiser.
Right.
Exactly. So they're taking 1/3 of the back, yet 1/3 of the back, which is 1/6 of the whole piece, yet they're covering 1/3 of that agent's cost. So the real price is $135. And just by having that marketing partner, which is generic, it doesn't hurt anybody locally. We're not going to put a lender or a title, that kind of thing. It's going to be, it was ADT in the past, it was Wayfair, now it's Puffy. It will always be classy and help them offset, and they can put them wherever they want. The bottom is good.
That's great. Well, good stuff. I love what you guys are doing here. And I like that we're showing, again, a way to use the mailbox as a marketing tool. It's still virtual. They can touch it, but they're touching their own mailbox, so that's okay, right? There's no issues with all of that.
Yep.
So I wanted to let the group know for the rest of the week, Dennis asked, is it 89 cents plus postage, or is that 89 cents in total?
Right. So without going into details, so that 89 cents, and the video will explain it better, and I know we don't have a lot of time, but that 89 cents, signed, sealed, delivered, boom, that includes everything except state tax. Every state's different. That's the short answer.
Oh, okay, good. That's great. That's a good price. It's like $55 for a stamp these days, I think. 55 cents. It's like $55.
Yeah.
It's expensive to mail things these days. Anyway, so tomorrow we've got another. Now, this is more an online-based program, but another really great way to stay in touch with your customers regularly. It's a company called Home Actions, and they're going to show us about how they do online newsletters. And then on Friday, we've got Brian Tepfer. He's the president and CTO of Rapatoni MLS. Some of you may use that software today, but even if you don't, he's going to show all of you, and we've had questions about this. I'm excited about this one. How to use your MLS system as a prospecting and lead generation tool. Because, of course, if you're part of the MLS, which pretty much every agent is, you're already paying for that tool, and there's all kinds of fun things that you can do inside of that. Frankly, there's things you can do in there, I think, that you could move over. The data you find there, you could move over to ProspectsPlus, too. There's ways to connect the dots between these, but he's going to tell us all about that. So as you guys have heard me around this, I've talked a lot about the MLS has a ton of value that we sometimes forget about, and we kind of think of it as, well, as long as the system's on, it's good to go, but there's a lot more to it than that. So he's going to help us understand those values, which would be pretty cool. So I'm excited about that one. And then, again, for those that have not been with us before or haven't been able to do this, if you go to YouTube, type in RE Technology Inc., exactly the way I've got it listed on the screen there, subscribe, and then hit that little bell. And every time a coffee chat recording is published, you'll get to see these. So even if you can't sit on all of these, obviously it's a lot, it'd be great. And if you first check in your MLS and see, again, on those big dashboards I've shown you or the link beds, click, because many of the MLSs offer RE Technology as a free subscription. It's normally $200, but they offer it for you free. If they don't, we're offering you a three-month subscription. Just go to retechnology.com, look up at the top right, you'll see a little section that says create account. Go to the monthly and then use one of these codes and you'll be able to get it for free. And then finally, if any of you would like us to continue, if you would like us to register you for all of these coffee chats so you don't have to worry about remembering to do that, feel free, just put your email address into the question and we'll be happy to do that for you. Of course, you don't have to tune into all of them, but if you'd like to, feel free. And Dennis,
we have time to do something fun?
Sure. What do you want to do?
Oh, Jim, I was going to ask you a quick question here, if I could jump in. I like what Marilyn said, and Jim knows the answer. If it's okay, I want to give all of your listeners a gift for free.
Okay.
And Jim, since our new website is up, hopefully Jim knows where to steer people to. I published a book last year called Become a Listing Legend, and we have it on our site that agents can download for free. I just don't know the direction. Studebaker, can you tell them where to go for those that want that? And really, that book is about mindset. So it doesn't matter what level you are. It's about getting your mindset straight to go into battle every single day and dominate, not just dabble this game.
Awesome.
Well, Todd,
yeah.
So that in no time at all, I'm going to get a message on my phone here, probably from our executive producer, to tell me that answer. So I'll let you know that.
Good. Well,
but
in the meantime, no, go ahead.
If we've got, I don't know how many thousands of people watching right now, but maybe we could give away some gift cards. Is that a thing that we can do?
Well, of course you can.
Yes.
We all like
that would help,
don't we, guys?
Okay. I know we're running over. Do you have an appointment to go to, or do we have time for this?
No, we're good. We can do it for a couple more minutes. Go for it.
Good. So I think we should say, like, everybody who's tuned in to our live show right now gets a gift card. Can we do that?
You sure
That's
can. We
generous.
know who they are, and we can we email them the gift card, or do we need them to give us their mailing address? Because we don't have their mailing addresses.
No, we're not going to mail. We're not going to mail this out, but we're going to have to find out who they are. So maybe if we could get their email addresses, then we'll
yeah, we've got that. Unless there's someone that doesn't want a freebie, but I can't imagine there's somebody that doesn't want free stuff. I know I do. So, yeah, we'll let's see. Yeah, so we'll send it to all. You send it to us, and we'll send it to our audience if that works for everybody on the call. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yes.
You were saying.
Oh no, I was just saying the great thing about the gift card, and I like Jim's offer. That's so generous. We've never done that. Just carte blanche to everybody on. Is that so? Everybody listening, regardless of what level they are, they can take that gift card and say, "Well, I go to ProspectsPlus and apply this towards whatever you want to." That's what's beautiful. So there's no stress. There's no pressure. It just helps you get in this game if you want to do some marketing and stir some stuff up.
Perfect. Okay. Well, we'll work with you to get that done. Let's see, Victoria. Oh,
it came in from here. So to get Todd's book, Become a Listing Legend, which is actually, you can go on Amazon and buy it if you want to, but if you want a free download, you go to our blog, which is blog.prospectsplus.com, and scroll all the way to the bottom, and you'll see the link for the free download at the bottom of our blog page.
Okay.
Nice. You found it that quick. Well done.
blog.prospectsplus.com.
And we will also include that in the we send out notes to everyone that registered and attended. So we'll put a link to the book that as well, so everybody can find it if you didn't grab that here. But if you want to, go to the blog.prospectsplus.com, go right to the bottom, and you'll be able to download that today. Well, thank you for all the goodies, guys. We always like goodies. Those are always fun. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you for having us. This was fun. You guys are doing a great job.
Absolutely. So hopefully we'll see some of you guys, or not all of you, tomorrow, talking to Home Actions, because again, another great way to build a consistent, ongoing relationship with your sphere and potentially new people, as well as Friday to hear more about how the MLS, for that subscription you're already paying for, how it can help you do some great marketing as well. So thanks, everybody. Have a great day, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Talk to you soon. Thanks again, guys. Appreciate it. Okay. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.